Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about parietal bone. So let's start the topic with introduction. Parietal bones are a pair of large curved cranial bones that form a major portion of sides and roof of cranium. They are situated between the frontal and occipital bone and they articulate with several other bones of skull through sutures. Being flat bones, the primary function is protection of brain and in providing attachment for the muscles of the head. Location and structure of parietal bone. Parietal bones are located on the superior and lateral parts of the skull. They are roughly quadrilateral in shape and are slightly curved to fit the rounded contour of the head. The inner surface is concave and shows groove for blood vessels, while the outer surface is convex and smooth. Borders of parietal bone. Each parietal bone has four borders. First border is frontal border that articulates with the frontal bone and the coronal suture. Second border is occipital border that articulates with the occipital bone at the lambdoid suture. Third border of parietal bone is sagittal border that articulates with the opposite parietal bone at the sagittal suture. Fourth border is squamous border that articulates with the temporal and sphenoid bone. Angles of parietal bone. Each parietal bone has four angles as it is quadrilateral in shape. First is frontal angle that meets the frontal bone and opposite parietal bone at the point of bregma, that is the point of anterior fontanelle in the infants. Second angle is occipital angle that meets the occipital bone and the opposite parietal bone at the point of lambda, that is the posterior fontanelle point in the infants. Third angle is sphenoidal angle that meets the sphenoid and frontal bone, and fourth angle is mastoid angle that meets the temporal and occipital bone. Important features of parietal bone are parietal eminence, that is a rounded prominence near the center of external surface. That is often the point of maximum width of the skull. Second feature is groove for blood vessels that are present on the inner surface of the parietal bone, especially they are for the middle meningeal artery. Third feature of parietal bone is depression for arachnoid granulation. They are basically small pits on the inner surface where cerebrospinal fluid drains into the venous sinuses. Articulations of parietal bone. Each parietal bone articulates with the five bones. It articulates with the frontal bone. It articulates with the occipital bone posteriorly. It articulates with the temporal bone inferiorly, and also it articulates with the sphenoid bone at anterior inferiorly, and it also articulates with the opposite parietal bone at superior area or superior border. Functions of parietal bone. First function is protection, as parietal bone forms a hard bony covering for the brain, particularly for the parietal lobes of cerebral cortex. Second function of parietal bone is structural support, as parietal bone contributes to the rounded shape of skull and cranial vault. Third function is muscle attachment, as parietal bone provide attachment for scalp muscle. Fourth function is sutures landmark, as parietal bone form key cranial sutures like coronal suture, sagittal suture, and lambdoid suture. Conclusion of this lecture video. Parietal bones are paired cranial bones that form the roof and sides of the skull. They articulate with the several other bones and play a critical role in protecting the brain, maintaining skull shape, and serving as landmark for important sutures and fontanelles. Their strong but lightweight structure make them essential components of cranial vault. And this was all about parietal bone. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you for watching.